started into the actual building of the game. So most of you voted for Decorate Arena. All right. So I had an idea for that to begin with, but we'll start with the Skybox because that's the most impressive. I've already got the files in this folder. So I just need to go into, where are we do? Layers panel. Get rid of groups. All right, so here in the layers panel, in the base layer, 3D effects, add. Make that a little bigger. So this is the new effect, right? Yeah, effect. Yeah, effect 2. Oh, base layer. So effect 2, we'll change that to a skybox instead. And you can see the outside has already started to change to show us the skybox, which is actually really helpful because you can see the, oh, zoomed out. You can see like the edges. So you can see that it's like an actual box in GDevelop. And so we go to here and I can edit these files from device. So in this folder, I already have them saved, and that one is the front face. So I have them named already, front. So we should have it, oh, not just yet. Maybe it'll take a second. This is the top face. Top. Left face. Left. Oh, there we go. They're starting to kick in. That was the back. And the bottom. And the right. There we go. Look at that. Where'd my arena go? There it is. Okay. All right. So now in the game here, whoop. Okay. If I preview the game and go in, look around, there's a skybox. And it's that easy. I should launch them. Okay. Cool. So that's that. The ghost goes off to infinity. Now the next thing I wanted to do is add in some new objects to kind of decorate the area instead of having this gray box around it. And there was a really good asset pack for that. Let me go to 3D models, city. I think this here is the one, 3D commercial buildings. No, that's not the one. This one, I think. 3D suburban, yeah, there we go. That's it. So we'll kind of have a house vibe going on, but the thing I was after were these fences here. So these fences, this one's wide, where's tall? I guess wide is the best one. Okay. So we'll get rid of these boxes. Au revoir. And then down here at the bottom, we have the fences. Crank these up. Oh, nope. Fence. Lock. Crank these up. To a size that kind of makes sense. How tall is that? Is that too tall? Yeah, that's a silly, that's a bit silly. Height down, no. depth down a little bit. Okay. So we'll use that. Let's turn on the grid to get a good size for things. There we go. Now copy that over here. And turn you around. 270 exactly. There we go. Now let's bring this over here. There. So that's along that wall. Oh. Whoop. $180, and then grab this one. And minus 180. Perfect. Are those lined up? Let's see. Not quite. Tips for 3D: with Alt pressed, you can rotate by 45 degrees increments. Allow you to change the current addition tool. Oh, there you go. Folks, if you didn't know that, you can do that. 1, 2, and 3 change the addition tool. Or the 3D tool. I'll have to get used to that. And you said Control? Alt. With Alt pressed. Oh, okay, that's nice. That's perfect. Okay. All right. You block up these areas here with something. So let's go back to that pack. So 3D Suburban. Let's find some houses. Sure. That's a big, nice flat wall. That is tiny. Okay. Let's go. Nope. Did I lose it? Okay. All right, let's go lock and then make this big. See if that scale makes sense. Yeah. I'm about that height. Maybe a little short, but okay. There we go. Cool. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. And use the hotkeys. Flip this around. Ooh. And like that. Sure. Okay, so that's those two sides. Now this side. Let's go back to the pack. I'll grab something else, this one here. And scale Need to get used to using the scale tool too, because that's really handy. Let's go that tall. Cool. Pull you out this way. It almost looks like it makes sense, right? Yeah. That spot's connected over there. Okay. Now let's just copy and paste it up. Grid's on. Why isn't the grid working? Grid is on. Oh, now it's on, okay. Okay. And the snapping tool, that's awesome. And we'll grab one more. Boy, they are tiny. I guess they're meant for sort of a city builder game. And not for this. But they still work. All right. How's that look from the inside? Ooh. Okay, that's you know, we're in a city. The enemies don't quite match, but that works. Let's grab the second one here. Fill in that blind spot. And this, unlock the ground. And we'll just make these extend out. And make a match there. Okay. Cool. What I shouldn't have done though was remove those boxes, because those boxes would have been really helpful for blocking everything in without it trying to make everything its own individual object, its own individual physics object. So I'll put those back in, but not as big and bulky as they were. So let's go flat on the ground, push that back here. And then make it, let's just go 640. Oh no, we'll just stretch it ourselves. There we go. And then we'll copy that and put it on the other side as well. And one more time, but this time we will flip it. Oh dear. Z order 0. And back it up. Back it up. The grid doesn't seem to be working there. Maybe I'm too far away. Okay, so we'll take that and we will stretch this all the way down. That didn't work. We will stretch this all the way. Nope. Oh, it's because I have it rotated. Let's swap out this for this and make the height. Yeah, height 100 like the other ones. Alrighty. Zero, and then lock in here. Make it so it goes just past there. And stretch the width until we get past it. Okay, copy paste. All right, there we go. Cool. Now we'll go into the event sheet and just hide those because those would be hideous to keep there. So it's just like an invisible wall in most games. So we'll go with obstacle, hide. Whoops. Hide. Okay, so now they'll be hidden. And I will just lock those in place so I don't mess that up later by accident. Okay. And now these here will be hidden as well, so I'll get rid of these actually. Or no, wait, I don't need to, hold on. Don't be silly. I can just put these on, no, sorry. Yeah, we'll hide those and we'll get rid of these because they are in the way. Okay. Let's go back to that pack one more time and get something that's not, something that works as an obstacle, but that's not a house. You got trees and sidewalks and things. Let's just go with a tree. And in here as well, we could probably put in some fences to make it a little more dynamic. Let's do this. All right. Lock that base again. And we got large tree. That is not a large tree. That is a tiny tree. Put some of these around. Maybe have like a tree forest section over here in this, in the corner. Nope, nope. Okay. Cool. Now these really stand out. They're taking a long time decorating, so maybe I'll just leave those in and have those as a thing in the actual game. Okay. And we go. Those are fun to have around, so put a couple of those in there. Let's see where we are. So we got Cyclops. Got a house around us. We got some enemies. That did hit me. And we got some hidden walls here. Invisible walls. All right. Cool. Think that counts. All right. Now, we'll stop that point there and we'll move on to the next thing so we don't take too much time decorating, because that could be something we do the entire stream. I'll put up a timer, and Boo, could you put up the next one, please? The next vote. Timer started now. The vote will be here in chat. So you can interact with it here just directly in the YouTube chat. If you have any questions, please feel free to just ask away. I see the chat there in front of me, so I will answer things while the timer's going. Let me see what's in the chat here. Build an FPS for mobile. Somebody in chat just asked that. And actually, this is already that. This right here. See these? We started this stream off using the starter project for the first-person shooter game in the among with the other starter projects. So if you go in here and you see first person right here, but over here, if you go to see all, you'll see all of the starter projects, all of which, by the way, are mobile compatible as well. They work on desktop and mobile. And so you go down, and where are we to? There's a horror survival one with a gun, but there's also the 3D FPS with a gun, which is what we're working off of right now. So if you go in and start that project, you open it up, it automatically works with mobile games, and it has the controls there for jumping, shooting, aiming, all that stuff. So this is already a mobile game for a mobile FPS game. Somebody's asking, hey Wes, can you add a gun object? We have one already. Gun object will be good. Right here. What do you mean by gun object? There's one in the game already. Okay, somebody in chat said, what's in the future would you make it possible, or I would like to see if it's possible to make a board game kind of like Mario Party. We will maybe do that. We'll see. We're hosting votes on in the community tab to see what people want to see. And yeah, if we have that, we'll do that. Somebody says make Doom playable on GDevelop. You already can, really. If I'm remembering how Doom works, it's 3D sprites, right? It's billboarded 3D sprites. So you have a sprite billboarded more or less. The original early on Doom. Yeah, you could do that sort of thing. There's a 3D sprite extension. And if you add that to your game, you'll get the 3D sprite object, and you can just add your images and things to that, and it will be a 2D object visible in the 3D scene, and then just have it face towards the player at all times. Rotate towards the player, and that's it. Okay, we have 45 seconds left, and it looks like the next thing is going to be finish enemy attacks. All right. So to finish enemy attacks, we've got, what do we have right now? I'll wait till the vote is fully finished before starting anything, but I'm going to check to see how the enemy attacks work. So yeah, jumping enemies, animation is equal to attack. Right, they use the jumping behavior. Right, okay. So they jump and then they land, go to idle, and then idle. When the idle is finished, then they go to run to chase after the player again. Okay, that's pretty basic. Well, so we'll probably do the same loop. We'll do the same loop for the ghost, but instead of having the ghost jump at the player, we'll have the ghost set off some kind of like fireball effect or something. But we also right now only have the enemies moving towards the player. How does that look with the ghost? So right now okay, well the timer just ended, so we'll start that mechanic. So again, when the timer starts up again, we'll answer some more questions in chat. But for now, I'm going to go back into making the game. So the ghost. Yeah. The ghost's animation, its first animation is idle instead of run. So that's the first problem. So make the first animation run instead of idle. There we go. So yeah, it goes run. Run is looping, so it's infinite, so that's good. Idle needs to be turned off loop, because I think that's how the other ones are done too. Yeah, idle. So that way the idle animation ends, and we can use the finished animation as the start for something else. Okay, so now that its basic animation, or its starting animation is run, we should have the ghosts coming towards us. Yeah, but only vertically. Ah, get off me. Okay, I'll fix that after. So only vertically. So we want them to kind of stay at a certain height. So we want them to also, when the animation is run, repeating this for each enemy using the default order. So we want them to move enemy towards player instance. Are we not using physics forces? Hold on. Enemies. Force. Apply force towards position. Yeah. We should be using this one. What? Oh dear. That's the regular force action. Did I do that? I must have done that. Okay. Apologies, folks. I need to fix that really quick. So they should be going from towards the player position. Player. X. And Y. And Z. Z position. Nope, not Z order. Z position. Z position. Okay. Length, let's just try 20 for now. And get rid of this, because that shouldn't be the case. We should be using physics. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, they're definitely doing that. But the other ones aren't. What is happening? Oh, hold on. I think I think I know what happened. I think we're using this because the enemies are using the platform behavior to jump, and so that the regular physics behavior wouldn't work for that. Okay. So then we're using that to make them come towards us. If we knock you over there, you'll stop moving and come, well, creepily come back towards us. Okay. Okay. Okay, well, let's just focus on the actual attack part of the ghost for now. So enemy attack down here. We've separated the jumping enemies from the ghost enemy, so we'll make a separate one for the ghost enemy. So this will be jumping, and this will be ghost, well, ranged attack. Okay. Ghost. So when the ghost animation is equal attack, which is what happens up here. Yeah. We're not going to worry about jumping. We're jumping. Instead, we're going to stop moving. And when the attack animation is finished playing for the ghost, change it back to idle. And this down here can stay the same. So this is when this is resetting back. Set back to chase. Okay. Okay. So to do that, what we need is an attack for them though. So let's look in the asset store really quickly for something like a fireball. Uh, 3D model. No. Okay, maybe just fire. Oh, you know what? A rock would do just fine. Let's find a good one. It's just a single rock. That looks like a circular like attack thing. Sure, we'll use that. Let's hope it's not gigantic. It is tiny. Opposite problem. Okay. So we'll go into here. We'll change the default size to be a little bigger. Let's make it twice that size. Okay. Yeah. Delete. So what we're going to do is range attack when attacking. We'll create the object, the rock. Actually, let's call that something different. Ghost attack, and put that with the ghost. There we go. All right, so we'll create ghost attack at the position ghost center X and ghost center Y. Cool. On the base layer, that's where they are, and then we have to change the Z order, Z position, center Z position to equal the ghost Z position, object Z center there. There we go. So now it'll be created at the point where the ghost is, and then lifted up to the point where the ghost is in elevation. It does that, and then we'll have it come towards us. Should we use physics or just forces? Physics. Physics. We'll use physics. Okay, ghost, behavior, 3D physics. So we'll give it the 3D physics engine behavior and remove gravity. That should be good there. Yeah, we'll give it a sphere. And that seems like that should be everything we need there. Okay. We also don't want it to interact with anything. So we'll turn off its masks for now. Because we want it to be a physics object so we can use the physics actions on it, but we don't need it to actually collide with anything or bounce around. So force. This time we will use the force. Apply force towards position. There we go. Ghost attack. I'm not sure how much we'll need, so we'll just go with 10 for now. Position is player. Center X. Center Y. And center, well, not quite the same, Z. There we go. Oh, that's not center. My bad. Center Z. Okay. Let's see if that works out. So they should do that. Oh, that'll happen endlessly. Let's have it happen once. Once, and I think this has to be triggered per ghost. For each object, ghost. There we go. All right, so when the ghost animation is attack, it'll once create, elevate, and then fire the projectile at the player. Let's see if that works. Well. Oh, that's not the projectile, that's the deer. I thought it was the projectile. Okay, what is the trigger to tell them to do that? Let's see. Run, distance between jumping enemy and the player. Oh, okay. So that's not quite going to work, I don't think. Because the distance isn't quite right. Oh, actually, no, it's because we have the... Yeah. It's because we're using just the jumping enemies. Let's use the enemies group instead of just the jumping enemies and see if that fixes it. Okay, come here, guys. No, they still didn't do it. Did they? Huh. Why not? Oh, that's why. Okay. Now that we're telling them to turn to the attack animation. Come on. Come on. Do you not have an attack animation? I should have checked that first. Let's see. Animations, idle, jump, death, bite. Bite in place. Let's go with bite in place, I guess. And call that one attack so it has the same name as we're using for the other ones. So now it will go to that animation. Loop, jump, bite in place. So we got run, idle, and attack. Okay. We will get there. All right, they successfully stopped and changed to attack animation, or their attack animation. But nothing came out. Let's see if they... Let's open the debugger and see if there's actually a thing there. Refresh. Ghost attack. It's there. They're there. I just don't know where they are. Okay, so they are getting created. Let's see what's going on. So jump attack, or enemy attack, ghost, which is one of the enemies. The ghost animation is attack, so it is doing that. Create the ghost attack at the ghost center. Ghost Y, yep. Change the elevation. Oh, we're changing the elevation of the ghost, so they're probably spawning inside the ground. Okay, so change the elevation of the ghost attack to equal the ghost's object center. That's probably where we're going wrong. I don't see anything else. Yeah. Nope, not that button. This button. Okay. Come here. There we go. Look at that. Oh. Got one fired off. Two fired off. Okay, so we're getting there. Why is it going to the wrong place? The trigger once, I bet you. I think the trigger once is causing an issue there. Okay, well, in that case, let's use something else for the... Oh, hold on. Let me remove that first and see if that is the problem. Yeah, they're all doing it. Okay, yep. So the trigger once was the problem. The trigger once is an advanced condition that can cause problems with object picking, like the and or. So I think that's what it was. So instead of that, we'll do attack. Let's use one of their animations to change how they operate. So go to the ghost. We have run, idle, attack, jump, death, bite. Bite. Let's use that prepare attack. Prepare attack. Okay. We'll put that up. Get there. No, down. 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 Okay. So now we have run, idle, player attack, prepare attack, and attack. Apply. So this is for the ghost specifically. So what we'll do instead is make it so that when the ghost attack is set to attack. Oh, shoot. Not prepare attack. We'll do the opposite way. Attack, finish. Like that. So they'll attack first and then attack finish will be afterwards. So attack. And then we'll change the animation of the ghost to attack finish. All right, do this. Okay, so that finished. Attack finished. Okay, let me see. Attack finished. Okay, so when they're within range of the player, all enemies change to attack. And then the ghost, range attack, all ghosts will go to the attack animation and be checked, and if they're in the attack animation, they will create, elevate, fire the bullet, and then change the animation of the ghost to attack finish. And then when attack finish is over, it's finished playing, it's set back to idle, and then at that point it'll just wait there, and perfect. And then it'll go from idle. When idle's finished, it'll go back to chasing the player. So there'll be a little momentary pause for the enemy to kind of figure out what it's doing. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. And they stop and reset. Awesome. Okay. But of course now we have a whole bunch of rocks just flying in space. So we need to make those attacks actually hit us, which would be... Let's see what the best thing here is for that. Players in collision with enemies, we lose health. Let's put this in a group. Player hurt. Okay. So we're there in this, players hurt. And then we go players with enemies, lose health. Let's go with, instead of enemies, let's make that object group. Hazards is one I like to do usually. So we got the ghost, the deer, and the cyclops, as well as the ghost attack. Okay, so that's a hazards group, is like that. And so instead of that, we'll use hazards. There we go. So is in collision with hazards, apply point, damage. Let's see if that works. Shoot me. There we go, perfect. Okay, we lost health. Shoot. And one more. Cool. That's that, perfect. Okay, so I think we have time for maybe one more quick one. So if you folks could, I guess we don't really. Shoot. These ones tend to take a long time, unfortunately. Let's just. No. We do have enough time. Let's do one more. Okay. I'll set a timer really quick, 5 minutes, and we'll. Boo, if you could put up one more vote really fast, and we'll try to get one done quickly. Timer is up. And during that 5-minute timer, I will answer some questions, and we'll get this done. Let me see what questions are there in chat. Somebody says, taking a break from developing in GDevelop by watching somebody else develop in GDevelop. Totally know the feeling. I watch a lot of game development streams and Discord and devlogs as a break between working on games. Somebody's saying about Pendaco's extension about crossfade. I don't know enough about that. Sorry about that. If I look right here, let's see. Take the Cyclops. We have the crossfade. Yeah, crossfade duration here. It's pretty low, but it's there. We try changing that to like, well, no, because the enemy will be moving. I'll have to test that some other time to see how that works out. No, I can do that right now. See what that's like. Let's just grab I don't know, character. Sure, you might be an enemy in a game later, so we'll see. Okay, so we have you now. Ghost Skull. Bring you into the scene. Now let's go and just I like putting all my work in progress stuff down at the bottom. And my dev hacks too. Okay. Animation finished for the Ghost Skull. Animation by name. Ghost Skull set to punch. Sure. Okay. So the animation by name Ghost Skull is equal to idle. And punch. Okay, so when it's idle, finished, go to punch, punch, finished, go to idle. Bring it here near the middle. Rotate you. Okay, so Ghost Skull. Its animation idle is no longer loop, and punch is punch. Punch, not looped. Okay, so that should just go back and forth between animations. Let's just see really quick. Yeah, that seems pretty natural to me. Yeah. I don't see any jittering happening. That's maybe you're talking about an older version? Oh, shoot. Okay. Stopping that, jumping into the game, animate enemies. Well, that worked out perfectly. Okay, so delete that. Delete the ghost. Okay. So folks, over animate enemy, let's go do that really fast. So what we want to do is basically make it so that we wait for the animation to finish playing to then actually do the task. So it doesn't just like jump into it. So we'll go into any movement, run, that's fine. To attack. So jumping to attack. So jumping enemies go to attack. So what we need is an in between. Or hold on, no. A delay, not in between, delay. So animation Not finished. Elapsed time. There we go. Equals animation jumping enemies animation. I think it's duration is the full length of it. So we want it to be when the elapsed time is greater than half. Let's go half of the animation length. I think that should do it. So they'll jump when the animation's halfway through instead of right away. Come on, jump. Ah, there we go. Yeah. Did you see that? It's a pause where it starts playing the animation. You see its jaw dropping and then it jumps. There we go. Cool. Okay. That worked. What happened? Oh, right. Okay. I still had the events from this one. From that test. Let's get rid of those. So we'll use that elapsed time. So it's 0.5% or 0.5 times the full duration of the animation. So the animation gets halfway through and then it does the thing. So that way it's not like instantaneous. Let's do the same thing with the ranged attack, but we'll use the ghost. Ghost. And inside of the expression, we'll use the ghost as well. Instead of jumping enemies, ghost. 0.5 times ghost. Okay, so then they'll pause, start the attack, and then when the attack's finished, they'll do that. Okay. Let's see if that works. Nope, I didn't quite see it. Yeah, they're doing it. They're doing it. It's just not quite great. But we're unfortunately running out of time, so I think that'll have to do it there for now. Let's use this same logic in the right before they attack. Or no, before they finish idling. To run. Does that make sense? Here. No? No, I guess that doesn't make sense there. Yeah, I think that's good there. That'll be all right there then. They now have that animation before they start playing their animation before they actually do the thing. So I think that's perfectly fine. I will save, which I haven't done yet, which is risky. But we'll stop there, I think, because that's the end of the time for the stream that we have. And yeah, hopefully that's fine. If you have any, well, no, we're short on time. Yeah, we won't answer any questions, unfortunately, this break here. But we will talk about the next thing, which is the live stream game. This game here, we will have it put up into a Google Drive and link it down in the description and in the pinned comment below the video. So if you want this in a couple of hours, it should be there below the video, and you can take that and build off of it, use it, tinker with it, do whatever you'd like. But on top of that, while you're waiting, if you'd like, down along the bottom of the screen, there's a discount code for 20% off a yearly subscription. And that's also 20% off of the yearly subscription on top of the discount that you get for it being a yearly subscription instead of a monthly one, because monthly subscription is more expensive than the yearly one is. So it's a discount on a discount, and it's down below in the bottom of the screen here, but also in chat, and I think we have it in the description of this video as well. So you can click on that link and go use the code, or copy it and paste it and use it in the engine. Thank you all for watching, and bye for now.